I'm Kenny from Pro Tool Reviews, and today we're getting our first look at Skil's new PWRCore 40 line. Now this is their line of outdoor power equipment that supplements the other power tools and stuff that we see on their PWRCore 20 and PWRCore 12 lines. Today we're going to start with a chainsaw. We got a chance to use it cutting on some oaks a couple of days ago, and we've been able to get to know the saw a bit and kind of get an idea of where it goes and who it's good for. Now just kind of starting with the battery pack here. The kit comes with a 2.5 amp hour battery, and you can see it's got an interesting form factor here. We haven't taken it apart to see what's inside, but we're going to assume that a lot of this has to do with helping to keep those cells cool, because these obviously are high demand kinds of tools. And you do have an LED indicator here on the side, kind of a neat futuristic looking design to it. And the kit comes with this power jump charger. Now for the 40 volt line, what this is going to do for you is it's going to give you a 30% charge, 0 to 30% in 15 minutes. So it's still that fast charge at the very beginning. So you get toward the end, you know your battery's going, give it 15 minutes, you got 30% charge. It's almost a third of the work that you can do. Finish that work up and then call it a day. Now let's look at the saw itself. Now starting with let's move this out of the way. Starting with the bar and chain, this is a 14-inch bar. You might say, hey, you know, but there's some 16 and even 18-inch battery-powered saws out there. Yeah, 14 inches is really a good bar length. After Hurricane Irma came through a few years ago, I used a 14-inch battery saw and outworked a lot of gas saws. It's a great combination of getting the kind of size that you need for some of the limbing and taking out some of the small trees without being overburdening with the weight of the saw and all that kind of stuff. Now the chain that they use is a 3/8 inch pitch, which is standard for this kind of thing, and it's a 0.43 chain, so it's that thin curved chain. It's going to help on some of your cuts, just getting more runtime out of the battery and really being able to kind of melt through some. And I saw this on the bar, which I thought was pretty neat, kind of cool idea from Skil here, because this is a homeowner type of chainsaw. And just seeing this guide right here on the bar to remind you of what the chain looks like when it's going the proper direction. So you don't have to stop and look it up on Google or do something like that. So thank you, Skil. Appreciate that. Now you do have an inertia chain brake here on the front. So if your hand moves forward and pops it forward, all you got to do, pull it back, pull the trigger, and you can re-engage it. Your oil reservoir is right here, and it is a translucent. I've got this still almost all the way full, so you can't really see the difference in there, but it is pretty easy to see here the difference as your oil drops. Just a really quick check in that window to make sure that you got oil in there, which of course you need, and it automatically oils for you as you would expect it to. Moving over to the opposite side, your chain tensioning is a dial right here. So if your chain's a little loose, this is actually pretty appropriately tensioned right now, but if you need to loosen it or tighten it, just this wheel here. And then if you need to take this cover off to clean anything out, or you need to swap out the chain and bar, this big old dial right here, that will unscrew it, and it's easy to get to with both bare hands and gloves on. So nice design there. Just basically everything that we expect to see on the professional level saws, we're seeing here in terms of features. Now, you could make the argument that on a true pro saw, a lot of guys like to have the dual studs here instead of the turn dial. Same thing for the adjustment. It's a judgment call. With this saw, this system is just fine. Now the battery is going to install on the side. So it pops in there. And then your trigger safety is just a single side right here. And that's definitely promoting right-handed use. And then you can ramp it up. And you can hear it, it's a little bit of a slow start. So if you're right up against your branch or your tree or whatever, it's not going to just jerk away from you like that. Of course, you should keep it away and let the saw really ramp up before you get into it. And as you're cutting, notice we've got these plastic bucking spikes here. I'm not sure we really call them spikes, but notches here. That's pretty standard for a homeowner saw. You start moving up, you're going to start seeing the metal spikes and things like that. Don't really have a problem with this, considering the type of work we're expecting to do with this saw. And like I said, we got to use this. We did a lot of cutting on some oaks that we were trimming up and getting ready to take out the full trees. The saw performs very well. As long as you let the chain and the motor do the work, we were cutting through branches up to 12 inches thick. And this is oak. It's not like soft pine or something like that. It'll do the work. And as some people kind of feel like, oh, you know, I wish I had more power. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. You know, if you keep that chain sharp, This saw is going to do everything that you need it to for your storm preparation, even some of your storm cleanup after storms come through, and a lot of your limbing and maintenance that you need to do around the house. And of course, there's other stuff that you can do with the chainsaw too. 14-inch bar, 40-volt platform. It's a good saw. Now, it is definitely something we would recommend for homeowners. It's not something that's going to creep up into the professional ranks, but the price point is very friendly as well. So with this kit that's got the power jump charger and the 2.5 amp hour battery, you're looking at $219.99 for that. And this saw is due out mid-April, so a lot of the retailers are already starting to have their pages up, and in fact, some of them might even have it for sale already for pre-order. Now, of course, if it's after April 15th when we watch this, it's already for sale. Go find it. Go find it on Amazon or your favorite Skil retailer. If you've got any questions about it, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'm Kenny, and as always, thanks for watching.
Hey, help us out by subscribing to the channel below and tap that bell to get notified when we post new tool reviews and shootouts. And as always, thanks for watching.